Well, guys, new year, new me. I have a job interview today. If you remember from last episode, Impala had put up applications for the Logfather business over there, and we applied. And I mean, let's be honest, we are obvious candidates, right? I mean, good looking, obviously very talented, and is so on. I mean, I'm a shoo-in, right? So I also figured I would get dressed up and put on a business suit for this interview. I feel like that's the professional thing to do for a job interview. So that's why I am all dressed up and all fancy schmancy right now. And well, Impala just happens to be on right now. So we're gonna go pay him a quick visit and get this interview underway. Sorry about the audio in this next clip. I had to borrow all of the audio from Impala because OBS did not pick up any of the game audio whatsoever.
Oh my gosh, he's on time. Lucky Lane.
That's right. That's
How
right.
are you doing?
I even dressed up for this interview.
You're looking very dapper. Well, take a seat. You could be reseated here. Well, thanks so much for showing up. I'm super excited that you applied here. And do you know exactly what you're getting yourself into?
Not at all.
No worries. Just to give you some insight here, very basic interview. Just any standard interview. If you've ever had one before, you're probably encountering these same exact questions. So I was looking through your application here. It shows that your talent is redstone and super good looking.
That's
also,
right.
You said not to be confused with Lucky Lance Zero. So you're
Yes.
not Lucky Lance?
I am not Lucky Lance, no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awkward that we invited you here. No, I'm joking. Why I should hire you? Because I am the best, plain and simple.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that being said, we're going to put you to the test here to see if that all holds up. Are you all ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, wonderful. Let me just, 1 second. I got to get my glasses on here. Who are you?
I can't. Oh my god,
Who are you, Sergeant?
I can't take this seriously, Impala. Oh man, that's beautiful.
Who are you?
I am me.
What gives you the right?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, write that down real quick.
You ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
I've seen lots of things.
Well, later in the movie where they have like those blinding goggles or whatever, that's what you look like you have on right now.
Exactly. That's great. All right, next question here. Sell me this stick.
Okay. So, sir, do you currently own a stick?
I do not recall.
You do not. Okay. Okay. So let me explain to you the perks of this stick. Okay. You see this stick right here that's spinning on the table, or well, was spinning on the table. You see, this stick in particular has been held by yours truly, which means it's obviously an important stick nonetheless. It means it's worth something. This is a stick that you want, and it's all yours. All you have to do is give me a diamond for it. Come on, take it. You know you want it. Say yes. Just take it. Have it.
And I got it for free. All right. Taking notes here. That was actually very good. That was good. Okay, next question for you. What is the most useful redstone component?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're doing, I guess. I mean, for me, I typically use, most of the time, it's hoppers or observers.
Wonderful. Heck yeah. And last question here. Again, short interview.
Mm-hmm.
What is your big idea?
My big idea.
Yes.
I didn't know there was an idea involved here, Impala.
It's okay.
I didn't know that you needed an idea. I thought you were the one with the idea. I was just a hired hand.
It's all good. I'll write that down. Wonderful. That concludes my questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay. Yes. Let's talk salary.
So, no salary for this position here, but it's a 50-50 profit split. So
Okay.
whatever sales we
Okay.
make, 50-50 is the way it goes.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. When do I start?
Well, there's dozens of other applicants that we need to get through. So,
You
it's a
you
very
don't need those other applicants. I told you in the application that I'm the best there is, plain and simple.
understood. Understood. You make a
So now I
compelling
need you to
argument, Lucky
answer me.
Lance.
When do I start?
Well, I still need to interview Lucky Lance, and he also had the same thing on his application. So we're gonna have to
Darn
see
that
how.
lucky Lance. All right, well, now we're done with that, and we can carry on with today's episode. So, there's one thing that I have been meaning to do, and that's been coming over here and kind of checking out all of my shops. Now, I have been keeping up with them off camera, but I do have an idea for today's episode. So, in last episode, you might recall, if you stuck around to the end, that we've been working a lot in the end, hollowing it out and making a new shopping district. And well, nobody has put in any shops just yet over there. And well, I think it's honestly about time that somebody does. I say that as if the area has been hollowed out for that long. It really hasn't been. So yeah, I think we're going to be the first one to put in our shop. And the first thing that I want to put in, oh wait, we made a sale right there. Nice. Oh, and some sales right there. Sweet. Sweet. Okay, I will take it gladly. Look at that, I'm getting rich. Anyway, so the first thing that I want to put in is a shop to sell all of the nether-based items. So basically all of my bartering items and mine and L's blaze rods that we've got for sale, as well as top those off and maybe make those cheaper because they're not selling really, and we are late game, which means that a lot of people are probably going to be using end rods, including myself at some point. So yeah, I probably should kind of top those off, but that's something that I can work on later on. The first thing that I need to do is go ahead and get ready to move all of this over to there. Now, one of the reasons that I actually come over here to check out the Lazy Piglin is because I actually needed blackstone, which apparently I just sold out of. So that's great. I'm gonna have to spend some time at the barbering farm. But yeah, so the design I have in mind is gonna use a ton of blackstone and some cracked blackstone, and then a bunch of the crimson stuff, which actually, since I'm here, I can go ahead and buy. That's 1 diamond a stack. I'll buy out 2 just because I think I'm gonna need just about that much. It's not gonna be a whole lot of crimson. It's again gonna be mostly that, and wait, I'm also gonna need some spruce, and that should just well, that's dark oak. That should just about be it for what I need. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. So I'm gonna get all the resources together, and then I will meet you guys over there at the well, at the new shopping district. I was on the way back to the boat, and I actually come to the realization that we still never added trims to our armor, and that's something that I really want to do. So let me grab my chest plate out of the ATM, and my chest plate is actually back at the tree, I think. Wait, yeah, it's back at the mega base. So I've got to go get that. But I know for a fact that I need 2 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate those real quick. Alright, I've got them duplicated up now, and I used quite a few of my diamonds, but that's okay because I actually have some extra in storage. I just keep a little bit in here for a bit of an allowance because I do have a spending problem on the server. So now I just need to go over here and get some of the trim materials that I need. And I need to turn that off. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here and get some of the trim materials that I need, which is gonna be the redstone. And then I'm gonna head over here to the smithing thing, I believe. Okay, I actually have to go get my chest plate first, so I'm gonna go pick up that. I'll be right back. All right, there you are. All right, back to the boat. All right, we are back now, and if I remember right, I was putting the snout one on this one, and then I was putting, I can remember right, was the wayfinder on that one, wayfinder on the boots, and then on the pants I was putting that one. So altogether it should look a little something like this, and I actually kind of like this. It's kind of cool. That it actually fits the whole redstone vibe, and the trim itself doesn't look bad. I actually quite like this. Cool, we got a new look. All right, so new look aside, it is actually time now to go get a bunch of resources together so we can start moving our shops over. So like I said, I'm just moving the nether base shop over for the time being. The moss one will come together at some point, and the gold one will come together at some point as well. I might even go ahead and include the gold one inside of the nether base shop. We'll see, but enough rambling. I am going to go grab the materials. All right, the materials have been acquired, and if you have a keen eye, then you might have already noticed that there has been a jump up in my levels since the last clip, and, well, that is because I spent the entire night last night AFK at the gold farm. This way I can get enough gold to barter with the piggy boys and get enough stuff to resupply the shop, because there are some things that need to be, stocked back up anyway. So I got enough to restock it once it gets put up here, and enough in reserves that I should have plenty to spare later on, should I need to. Now, I need to start with a little bit of terraforming around here, and then I can go ahead and start getting that built up. But instead of boring you with explanations on how to do all of that, I'm just going to get started on building this thing in the form of a good old-fashioned time-lapse. I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, the shop is finally done, and I did go ahead and get an interior put in. Well, let me be more specific. E come by and she basically put together the interior, and I basically watched. Because, well, I suck with interiors, and, well, yeah, she just decided to help out, and she did an amazing job. So before we go in there, let's just check out the outside real quick. Basically, I just went with a pretty dark color palette with all the variants of the black stone, with the warped wood and stuff like that. And around in the front, I added in these warped stems right here to just add a little bit more color to the front. And then I used a bunch of the stone stuff to also add in a little bit more variation as well. And I used the stairs and the slabs to actually make these little pockets inside of the walls and stuff, which looks really cool, adds a little bit more detail and depth. And then up here at the top, there's nothing up here. Not really too worried about anything going up there, to be completely honest with you. But I do also have these smokestacks over here, and they are lit by the soul campfires, which you'll only really see if you're flying over. But that, that's not really the important part. I felt like it needed a little bit of movement, so I wanted the campfires in there. And really, my favorite part of this entire area is probably the forge area right here. I think this is super, super cool. I've got them basically on both sides here. I've got one on each side, and I really, really love how it's turned out. I think it's really, really nice. I also did a bunch of hidden lights around here as well, because I really needed those. The Enderman was not laying off whatsoever. So onto the interior. So if you remember previously, the Lazy Piglin was basically selling all of my my nether bartering stuff, and in my opinion, the name kind of sounded like a bar or a tavern name, and that's kind of what we went for on the interior in here. So before I get into this, a big thank you to E for helping this, helping me out with this, because this was just absolutely amazing. I love all this that she's done in here. And I say she because the only thing I added in was the storage area for all of the items that I'm selling. So we've got these tables and stuff here, And basically, you would come in, you'd sit down, you'd have a drink, and just kind of chat and whatnot. And then we've turned these smokestacks up top. So if I free cam up here, you'll see that right down below it lines up with this. We basically turned that into a fireplace to make it, well, for one, it looks a little more realistic, I guess, in terms of position and everything. And two, it just makes the room feel a little cozier as well. I think it turned out really, really nice. And then I added in these flower pots and the sea pickles to look like cups, and these flower pots on the corners just for a little bit more greenery. And yeah, so she basically did all of this and the fireplaces, and then this area here, which is basically like a little counter area for them to get drinks and whatnot. Over here is basically what everybody is going to be seeing, and that's going to be the actual shop itself. So if you walk up to the items, I actually have them named, their prices, so all they have to do is look at those items and they get a good idea as to what they cost, and the items are in the corresponding barrel above. And I think it's really, really cool. There's not really a whole lot of difference here. I did go ahead and move over the gold shop here as well, so that one will no longer be selling items over at spawn, but it will be selling items here. I also went ahead and moved in the blaze rods that me and L sell, and we put them here. I also marked down the prices because we are late game now, so people will probably start using them for end rods at some point. So all of this is all of the miscellaneous items, like the arrows, the strings, stuff you would use to kind of craft other things. And then over here, I've got all of the building blocks. So here we've got 2 barrels of deep slate, well, not deep slate, of blackstone, and then I've got the obsidian and the crying obsidian. They're the same prices as what they were over at spawn. And then I've got 1 barrel for the gravel, 1 for the soul sand, 1 for the nether bricks. Instead of the actual like brick itself, I'm turning them into the actual bricks and selling them that way. I think it's a better deal that way. And then the quartz I'm selling for 4 stacks of these for 1 diamond. Basically, it'll make 1 stack. I really don't know why I didn't just convert that over like I did this. But yeah, that's something that I can worry about later on. So in the meantime, I need to go and offload all of these other shulker boxes in my inventory and get ready for, the rest of today's episode. So I will see you guys back at the boat. Alright, so we're back over at the boat now, and it is time to go meet with Millie over at Consultation for the arena interior. So if you remember from last episode, I kind of showed off Millie and E's Inner Beauty shop over there for interiors, and well, it just so happens that Millie is currently online at the moment and is ready to give me a consultation for the arena. So we are going to go over there and we're going to meet with her and we're going to get that done.
Extend these carpets. We definitely
Hey,
need
Millie.
greenery around this thing. Oh, hey, Lane.
Hey.
I just kind of started without you a little bit, but
Okay.
I heard you wanted to do the interiors of this thing finally.
Yes, it's long overdue.
Yeah, there's so much potential here. What do you want to show me around and we can see which spaces you want to be done specifically?
Okay, well, you're basically looking at the space that I want done specifically. So all of this area, and maybe even the competitors' rooms in here,
Okay.
because right now it's just a little bland.
Oh yeah, very
Now
plain.
there is also a room back here, which
okay.
I blocked off mainly because the redstone, I didn't want it to be
Yeah, so
kind of
I'll
in the
have
way.
to kind of cap off the redstone so that's
Yep.
not seeable. But...
Though just a good
Oh,
reminder
yeah, I
that you
would
can't place
probably...
anything up against the honey blocks.
No, I'd probably build out a wall out through this way and just kind of cap it off.
Yeah, probably a good
Nowhere
idea.
near it. Is it the same on the other side?
Yeah, same on the other side. So basically, this whole area can be utilized for something if you wanted to do that. Yeah, I mean, we could even make another entrance on this wall if we wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah. I think somebody mentioned wanting to do, like, jousting with horses. So do you want to, like, have, like, horse stalls back in through here?
I mean, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving you total creative power for everything in here. I trust your judgment.
Nice. Nice. So if we do all of just the basically the giant big donut that goes all the way around this, I'm kind of thinking, depending on how much I do, I'm kind of estimating like 2 to 3 hours. of work time. For the inner beauty pricing, we charge about a diamond black per hour, depending on, how many materials we have to get and that kind of thing.
Right.
Is that doable?
That is doable.
Okay.
If you need help with resources, just let me know.
Okay, that'll be perfect, because I always give, like, if I have to go shopping for stuff, I might have to charge an additional diamond here and there for the specifics. But if you're willing to, like, have that and give it from your own storage, then we don't have to.
Yeah, I don't mind helping at all.
Excellent.
So there's one thing. Okay, so the door here, this is not completely mirrored from the other side. Obviously, if it was, the honey block stuff would be here. It's actually on the opposite side. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Other than that, it shouldn't be a problem.
But this is all the same otherwise.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just all the same.
And is it all right if I do, like, if I were to cap off, like, the walls and give it, like, in something different than the deep slate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am totally cool with it. Also in this room in particular, this is here because of that. So this is why that is jutting out like it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we'll leave that alone as it is then.
Close. There we go.
And I will stay clear away from the danger doors.
Yes. Lane's redstone piston doors of death.
Well, I mean, you have to up the danger factor when we're in a PvP arena, right?
Right. That's exactly what I was going for. It's totally not faulty redstone in the slightest.
It's not faulty redstone.
No.
It's just totally on. If you can't get through that door, that's on you.
Exactly. It's a skill issue.
Exactly. All right, Lane, I think I will get started on this probably in the next week or so, and then as soon as I'm done, and payment upon delivery. So once you get we'll do the tour through the place, and once you're happy with it, I'll expect payment at that time.
Sounds good.
All right. Can't wait to get started on this.
I can't wait for you to get started on this either.
Oh, I should ask, is there any kind of color palette you would prefer? I mean, you have green and black here. Do you want to stick with that kind of thing? Or?
Well, the green was because I kind of helped run a moss stand, so that was just ease of access. Yeah, I don't really have anything particular in mind.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And we'll get maybe some spaces for some banners up there. Ooh,
that'd be pretty cool, yeah.
We're gonna need to have everybody's banners on these walls. That would be really awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I did think about doing some extra work up here at some point with the stairs for the bleachers.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't really know what to do with this. You don't have to mess with this, but if you are up for it, there will be extra diamonds if you do spruce it up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I think that might be doable, because we could take it and I could do maybe a crisscross staircase that comes up from either side. Maybe I'll play with it. That might be neat.
Well, no worries if you don't. Really, all I need is mainly that down there, but this is just a bonus.
Right. Okay. Sweet. Excellent working with you, and I'll give you a holler when it's all done.
All right. I appreciate you. All right, we've got our consultation now from Millie for the arena, and I'm actually really excited for it. I've got some pretty big plans for the arena itself, like maybe even a PvP tournament at some point. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be super cool nonetheless, but I think that just about does it for today's episode. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to show your support by liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to go follow me over on Twitch at LuckyLane0. I stream occasionally over there, and it's not just Minecraft, it's sometimes some other games as well. And yeah, like I said, I think that just about does it. My name is Lane, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.